Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been a long time. So today we are starting with the chapter 10. We are halfway there. Good. Save money. The chapter name is Save Money. We could end the chapter with just two words, which is save money, which is like normal thing everybody says save money, which is not a big deal. But still the author says you have to be get convinced to save money because there are three types of people. We can categorize them into three types. One who doesn't save money, one who does not think that they need to save money, and the third is who saves money. So this whatever the convincing is for the first two types of people who have to understand why we have to save money. Saving money, it's a complex subject, and it's a complex subject because in this today's current day and age, saving money, it's like a it has become a big thing because we think saving money is only for those who earn well, who has settled in their life, who have achieved so much in their life that they can save now because they don't have so many expenses. That is how we have conditioned right now. So but the author says it's important that you understand why we have to save money. I'll also remind you that this channel that I have created to make summaries of book is just for you to get a curiosity or to understand more in depth. So my goal is that whoever watches the video tries to go and read the book. So if the summary is enough for you, that's also good and well. If you want to also read the book, you can go and read the book. The first lesson that we have to understand or the author is telling is the taboo, which I just told you, that saving money is for those who earn well. Building wealth is he's telling building wealth. Who we all want to build wealth. We all want to have little bit of money for us in future. So that whatever the building wealth aspect is, it's not for people who earns well. It's not for only those people who has higher salary. It's for everybody. So it doesn't matter how much salary you are getting. It doesn't matter you're getting 10k or 25k or 1 lakh. Saving has less to do with how much you earn and more to do how much you are willing to save. So the saving, whatever the saving is, it's in your hand, it's in your power. All the world can do whatever it wants. For example, you are investing on something and you want a return on that. For example, you are investing stock, gold, or whatever. For every month salary comes and you are investing on something, you are expecting a return on that in future of 10 years or some years. That is not in your hand. That the power of getting an investment is not in your hand because the market might change, something else might happen. The return which you are expecting might not come. But saving at a certain rate is completely in your hand. You are getting 10k, you can save 2k. You're getting 25k, you might not save, but you have to understand that you have to save. Doesn't matter how much is the salary. Getting 10k, 25, at least try to save 2%, 10%, 1k, 2k. That is the first lesson. Saving is not related to how much salary or how much you are earning. It doesn't matter what is the income. So that is the first lesson that you have to understand. Second one is the value of wealth is relative to how much you need. Because in the wealthiest of the wealthy people might not feel wealthy. Sometimes you hear some stories. Some millionaire uh, got bankrupt, his investments went into downhill. You hear those stories, right? So it doesn't matter how much money you have. Wealth, whatever the wealth you are creating, it's related to how much you need. Everybody needs. You and I earn same. For example, let's consider you and I earn same. Say you earn 40,000, I earn 40,000. So you are investing 10k per month on some stock, I am investing something 10k on the same stock. Your return on investment, because you invested in some good returns, so you might be getting 15% return. Because I did not know, I invested on something which gives me only 7% return. Okay, I'm a bad investor, you are a good investor. In that case, my my I my needs are less. For example, for monthly survival I only need 10k, but you need 20k. That time what happens, you are spending 10k extra, you are getting 7 to 8% returns, higher returns than me, but I am saving 10k per month, so my saving rate is high. So needs and wants, you have to understand what is your need. We have discussed in the previous chapters also that there is a difference between what you need and what you want. Need is something that you need for survival purpose, to a extent of entertainment also, to relaxing also, but beyond that it comes to a point of just spending because you wanted it. You are spending something, you are spending because somebody else is doing it. You are buying something because you saw somebody else is buying and you wanted that. So that is not a need. So the difference between need and want, you have to get that very very clear. Then only you can understand how much you can save and how you can create wealth with that. Investing is not bad, but that's not in your hand. Saving, that's in your hand. And how can you save more? When you understand what is your needs and what is your wants. The third lesson is, past a certain level, for example monthly you are spending 10k 20k on needs, and you have differentiated needs and wants also. After a point it comes to actually ego. What do you mean by that? Like, why ego is coming in between that? Because whenever you are spending because you want to show off to people, for example, you might not have the ability to take a car, but your friends are taking and you want to show off to them. I am also same as you only, but maybe their situation is different, their background is different. We have understood those aspects also, right? So you do not have to compare yourself with anybody and show off and trying to show off them, like, okay, I am also doing like good as much as you are only. So keeping aside your ego and understanding what is my life, how much I can invest, how much I can save, understanding your personal value, personal wealth and personal structure, that makes a better, that helps you make better decisions, right? So if you're given to ego and if you give in to whatever the social uh, instincts you are getting, whatever you want to, for example every weekend you want to go to, because your friends are doing that, you also go, and every weekend you are spending 2k 2k 2k, it comes to a total of 8k. You might miss that calculation because every weekend it seems as a small amount, but at the end it compounds to something else. So the important thing that author is saying, the only way to increase saving, to increase the humility, not to increase the ego. Ego can be increased easily because that's how we are conditioned. We have we have learned to compare ourselves with everybody else around us. That is how it has been. If you're not comparing with anybody, the markets and the influencers and the whole world cannot sell you so many things, right? Because now iPhone 16 new version came, somebody else is getting here, you also get that impulse to instinct to get that. But if you stop that comparing, then that somebody else cannot sell you something, right? So you have to fight those instincts every day. Entertainment, being enjoying, that's not a bad part, but understanding what is your what enjoying means to yourself, and what is the difference between those needs, wants, ego. Are you doing it to show off somebody else, or are you doing it to make yourself happy? That's the difference that you have to understand. So we think saving is harder, And saving is complex because uh, of all these reasons what I just described. But the author is saying that it's more in your hand, it's in your power, it's in your control. You have to understand few things. Saving money means, what does it mean? Saving money is difference between what you spend monthly and how much you get remain, how much is remaining with you. So what is it? What is saving? Saving is equal to what you get and how much you spend. How can you spend less? When you desire less. How can you desire less? When you don't want to impress other people, or when you don't think or care what people think. You oh sh At least it happens with girls that, okay, she's wearing that same dress again and again and again. So what's the issue, right? So those things that we have to fight, not even fight, care less, because that is not the goal. That is not like, say I is you have to ask yourself a question: is there any end to the expectation that people are putting on you? Is there any end to the comparison that we all getting into? Right? There is no end. You get a car today, after 5 years you again have a comparison, again you get into a new social circle, and again you compare yourself to them. So there is no end to that. So when there is no end to it, why go into that race? Right? You have a different trajectory, you have a different life, you have a different goals. So don't having less thinking of what people are thinking, that helps you. You have the power in your hand. That is the fourth lesson that the author is saying. We The fifth one is, we all save for a reason. I'll tell you what it is. For example, my goal for this end year, some people might put it as a goal as, I want to travel more. I am saving that. For that, I am saving per month this much. I want to take a new iPhone on the next Jan 1st. I am saving this much per month. If you go little higher, I want to buy a car after 5 years, so I am saving this. I want to buy a home, I am saving this for 10 years. Those are all good reasons only. They are not bad. But even then, just saving just for saving sakes. You don't have to put a goal on that. For example, you don't have a goal for any buying new iPhone, car, but still you have to save. For why saving is that much important? For example, today we are all thinking, I have a job, I have a security that per month I am getting a salary. The in the accurate description of this after 10 years also should remain same if you want to be stable after 10 years also. But being in the same situation after 10 years also happens only when the whole world is a predictable world. Meaning the world works like this only after 10 years also. But there is a question mark. Does the world behave like that? At least today, all of us understand that the world doesn't behave the same, at least at every single day. It's changing every day. What we are seeing today doesn't remain same tomorrow also. You are seeing AI revolution, you are seeing wars happening around you. So the world doesn't keep same after 10 years also. So you might lose a job. I'm not saying we all lose, but there is a question mark. We don't know what happens. So on a 10-year, 5-year, when you find yourself in a tougher situation, you have a saving. You might not find a situation like tougher situation, but still you have a saving. So saving gives that option, the ability to be at least a little bit relaxed. Okay, on that tougher situation or on a rainy day like that, I have something that I can hold on to. So that is the reason you have to save. Just for saving sake, you have to save. The whatever just we discussed, what does, like, for example, I am saving, but what does it give? What is the return on investment for money that I'm saving? We see a return on investment that we are saying correctly on stock market, on gold, or anything that you are investing. on a actively basis, you see a percentage, 13%, 17, something are hoping. But what is the return on investment of on this saving purpose that we are saving just for saving purpose? But that is incalculable. Can you calculate a return on investment on the flexibility you are getting, on the security, the secure feeling that you are getting? Can you calculate that? It's mathematically impossible, right? Those feelings or those security thinking, those you cannot calculate. They are not measurable. But you know, some days it gives you a return. It gives you a control over time. You get a job which you don't like, you can have a little bit of time to prepare yourself for something that you want, or something. The job might pay you less, but you are getting a satisfaction, but still you can do a job because you have interest in that job. So those are the return it gives: flexibility, having an options, having some time to think about something, like you want to do something, you get time because you have a backup. So those things that they are not measurable, so you have to think in that directions also. And also the hidden return, like there is some return that we cannot calculate, more important. Because in today's day and age, say I am an engineer, I'm not just competing in the place that I'm staying right now. I'm competing with a global talent, right? Because whatever I'm doing as a job here, somebody else sitting in some other country also can do. So I'm not just competing here locally, I'm competing globally. So today, in today's day and age, flexibility is more important than intelligence. I think you have all understood what AI can do, what they are able to do. So having an intelligence, having to knowing something, knowing you are working in a role, you know everything about that. But tomorrow AI can come and understand what you are doing better, and it can do, right? So that time what you will do, you have a flexibility. Okay, this is what it is doing, let me take some time, I'll learn something, I'll do business or something that you are capable of doing, right? Everybody is capable of doing something. But sometimes what happens, you get stuck into a loop because you don't have a backup. You have to keep running in the loop because you don't have a flexibility or option or a time to get out of that and start something new and get out of that race, right? We all feel that. So that is the more important hidden return investment on this money that you are saving today. So I hope I have convinced you to save money. There are few things that I have told which are like why we have to save, how saving gives us return, how much, like what is the hidden meaning of saving money, why everybody keeps saying money. I think you understood. It is not as complex as it thinks. There are only few things you have to remember. What is your need? What is your want? Am I doing it to impress somebody, or am I doing it for myself? How much I can save, right? Those things, if you just tweak and understand those few things, I think then you can save better. Whatever it doesn't, the most important part to understand and remember is you don't have to have a higher salary or income to save something. Whatever the salary it is, you have to manage and try to save within that. So whenever you get high income also, you can do the same thing on that income also. So I hope you learned something. If you get some time, you can go and read the book also. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.